This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Welcome to News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. It's Monday, July 19th. I hope you had a great weekend. Well, one man takes another man into hostage on Sunday night in Pahrump, then barricades them inside a home on Bruce Street. Nye County Sheriff Sharon Worley says deputies and the SWAT team worked together to safely end the situation.
We had a barricaded suspect tonight. One man holding another man hostage. They both shared a residence. And we ended up going in and getting the hostage taker because he absolutely would not come toward us and come out of the house. So we went in and we got him. He supposedly had a shotgun aimed at the door. So we used general SWAT tactics, which just kind of diversified our forces a little bit, and we were able to go in and get him right away. And we also got the victim out of the house. Both of them are fine. They were all checked out by medical. And one will be going to jail, and the other one will be going either back to the house or to another location.
Well, Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue are looking into the cause of two suspicious fires that occurred in the same area over the weekend. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue and Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies were dispatched behind the McCullough Arena at Petrick Park for a structure fire. According to Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue, the trailer was unoccupied and had several propane tanks on it, one which was reported to have exploded. This fire is suspicious in nature as there was no electricity to the structure. The home was completely destroyed. There was no injuries and no further extensions to nearby brush or structures. On Sunday afternoon, another reported structure fire in the same area behind Petrick Park. This one was on Boot Hill. Nye County Sheriff's deputies and Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue crews were dispatched to the scene and found a fully engulfed structure which appeared to be near a homeless camp. Deputies were led into the area where they thought a suspect might be. They were unable to locate that person at the time, and it's unclear if this one was related to the same fire that occurred the night before on Sisk Street. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue are conducting this investigation into both of these structures, which both appear to be suspect in nature. Well, one of four defendants in a case involving lewdness with a minor and child pornography strikes a deal with prosecutors and pleads guilty to a reduced charge.
Mickey Kegel was arrested in February 2020 after a social worker alerted authorities to a situation allegedly involving the sexual abuse of minors at a Pahrump home. 3 other people were also arrested and charged in connection with that case: Eric Garcia, Danny Hicks, and Vicky Bockley. Garcia struck a deal with the state, pleading guilty to lewdness with a child under 14 and unlawful use of a minor in the production of pornography. He was sentenced in January, receiving 10 years to life on each of the charges. As for Kegel, his attorney, Jason Ernest, explained to Judge Robert Lane the terms of the deal his client had made with the state.
He'll be entering a guilty pursuant to Alford to possession of child pornography. It's a category B felony. I believe it's a 1 to 6. It is probationable. However, there will be a psychosexual requirement, Judge, which the state has to do because it's a felony. District Attorney Chris Arabia then told Judge Lane he takes responsibility for not being able to pursue additional charges against Kegel, but he says ultimately it was the right decision.
Your Honor, I'm going to fall on my own sword on this one, and what I mean by that is if I had the same case come up under the exact same circumstances today, I would have approached it much differently. Sometimes you have cases where I think the defense put it well when they said when the dust settles, you don't have what you thought you had originally, and that's on me to have charged it a little bit closer to what it actually was. I do believe that in the case of Mr. Kegel, that this was pretty close to what we would have been able to prove in a trial and close enough that it made sense to do this. It's still a very serious offense, but I was not going to go to trial without having confidence in being able to prove everything that I was charging, and I didn't have that by the time, as defense counsel said, the dust settled.
Judge Lane then reviewed the terms of the deal with Kegel and confirmed his wish to plead guilty to 1 count of possession of child pornography.
Understanding your appellate rights and trial rights, you still want to plead guilty pursuant to Alford?
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll ask the state to prove up the elements then for us. All right, we'll accept your guilty plea pursuant to Alford. We'll set it for sentencing on September 13th at 0900.
And another defendant in that case, Danny Hicks, was also in court for a sentencing hearing, but his new attorney, Emily Strand, asked the judge for a continuance so that she could have more time to review the case files.
Your Honor, I'm actually going to be asking for a continuance on this one. I do have a copy of the PSI. However, I don't know if a danger evaluation was conducted. Mr. Hicks represents to me that he had some sort of mental health eval, but I don't know if that satisfied the requirements for the danger evaluation, and I don't have a copy of it regardless. So I was going to ask Your Honor for 2 weeks, although I did hear you say July 26th was getting a little busy.
Your Honor, under the circumstances, I think it would be unreasonable for us to object, but I would ask that you keep it on July 26th. And I don't want to overcrowd the docket, but this case is a year and a half old, and we'd like to.
Okay, what we'll do then is we'll set it for July 26th at 0900. You'll look in to see if you have that report, and if you don't, and there's struggles going on, communicate with the state, and they may stipulate to bounce it again.
I will do that, Your Honor.
July 26th, 0900.
And Hicks, who was originally facing a list of charges, is also pursuing a plea deal with the state that would most likely result in reduced charges against him. We'll be right back after this break.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on.
All right, welcome back. Well, the Tamarack fire, located in Markleyville near the California-Nevada border in northern Nevada, is estimated now to be over 23,000 acres. That fire started on July 4th, and there is still no reported containment. The damage assessment team has been ordered and will begin working in the fire area to determine exactly how many structures have been destroyed or damaged. Evacuations are underway for Markleyville, Grover Hot Springs, and the campground area, Shea Creek, Markley Village, Alpine Village, Woodford's East Fort Resort, and the community of Hungalete. They're all under evacuation. Highway 89 is closed at the intersection of Highway 4 and 89. Highway 4 is open west of Highway 89 and Highway 4 Junction. Please slow down and drive with caution in the area as fire crews continue to work. The Pacific Crest Trail is closed between Carson Pass, Highway 88, and Evetts Pass, which is Highway 4. Please find locations away from the area if you are recreating. Weather and smoke are a factor in that area, and there's a 60% chance of wetting rain today, with a possibility of flooding and drainages and debris flows on steep terrain in the fire area. Even if the area receives rain, they say that it could still remain active. Carson Valley and surrounding areas could be impacted by smoke and ash fall. Individuals with compromised respiratory systems are encouraged to limit outdoor exposure if possible. Well, if you drive on Nye County roadways, you know many of them need repair, but that takes money. Now there's a proposal to tax diesel fuel to help bolster the county's road maintenance budget. The county is holding a series of workshops to explain the tax proposal and hear what the public thinks about it.
The first of 5 public meetings was held Wednesday night in Pahrump. The purpose, to get comments on a proposed 5-cent a gallon tax on diesel fuel. Nye County's Department of Public Works is responsible for maintaining more than 1,000 miles of roadway, 641 miles of asphalt pavement, and 387 miles of chip-sealed roads. The county's budget for road maintenance, which only includes maintaining existing roadways, is just under $3 million. The problem is, that's about $4 million short of what they need, and there's a lot of work to be done. A 2017 study found that nearly 6 out of every 10 miles of asphalt roadway in Nye County is in poor, very poor, serious, or failing condition. That means only 4 out of every 10 miles is in fair to good condition. Most motorists already pay a county gasoline tax of 9 cents per gallon, but heavy vehicles, most of which use diesel fuel, cause the most wear and tear. Assistant Public Works Director Tom Bowling says that's why the county wants to impose this new tax.
This is one of the easiest ways in order to increase our budget. It's not a huge increase for the public. So that's why we want to try to implement the diesel tax. Right now, any kind of construction truck in Nye County that buys fuel in Nye County, or over-the-road truck that buys fuel in Nye County, they don't pay a cent in fuel tax for the roads, and they do the most damage to the roads in Nye County. We're getting mixed comments. Some people are for it, some people are against it. But that's what you get whenever you say the word taxes.
Even at 5 cents a gallon, the diesel tax would only fill about 10% of the budget shortfall. Right now, Nye County gets no tax money from the sale of diesel fuel. For comparison, the diesel tax in Clark County is 15.7 cents per gallon and a whopping 34.5 cents per gallon in Washoe County. Nevada law limits the amount of a diesel fuel tax to no more than 5 cents in counties with a population under 100,000, which limits the amount of the proposed diesel tax here in Nye County. In addition to the proposed diesel tax, other potential ways to generate more money for the road maintenance budget include reinstating the road property tax, increasing the room tax at hotels, and increasing the current gas tax. If you'd like to share your thoughts about the proposed diesel fuel tax, you're invited to attend one of the remaining public diesel tax workshops. The next is July 27th at the Beatty Community Center, then July 28th at the Amargosa Community Center, August 9th at the Round Mountain Community Center, and finally August 10th at the Tonopah Convention Center. All meetings start at 6 p.m.
Thanks to Brad Francis for that report. Well, the actor best known as the Incredible Hulk made a stop in Pahrump this past weekend. Lou Ferrigno met with fans and signed autographs at Hypno Comics and Games, and lucky for everyone, no one made him angry.
Hypno Comics got a lot of great fans here at the great comic book store because I enjoy going because especially get the instant gratification for the fan, 3 decades of fan, and I have the time now to do it because I just came from Vegas. I'm working in Vegas. Also, I came to this town because I love to go to the remote towns. It's kind of interesting. The people are interesting too. Well, it's great because when I was a kid, I was a child. I would give anything to come to a place like this and meet celebrities. So that's why I really appreciate when the fans come because especially 3 decades of fans, I can hear the stories. They grew up with the series, the stories, how it affected them. It's nice because my show was the pioneer because at the time when the Hulk pilot came out, they had Captain America and the Spider-Man series. It failed, but the Hulk was very successful. That's why over the period of years, became the biggest iconic Marvel character in the world. We're talking about like 42 years.
This is happening. We have Lou Ferrigno, the Incredible Hulk, here at Hypno Comics in Pahrump.
Can't believe it.
I know. I've been a fan since I was a kid. If you go back to my desk right there, I have my Hulk Mego toy back there. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, big fan. I'm a huge fan. You know, we're trying to do an event a month. So we've been at the new location for 3 months now. First month we had Sam Jones, Flash Gordon. Then we had the Yellow Power Ranger. Now we've got the Incredible Hulk. We've got some more great stuff in store. Let's leave it at that. Yeah. For anime fans, comic book fans, we got some stuff coming up for you guys. Go to hypnocomics.com. Follow us on Instagram at hypnocomics. That's where we post everything that's happening, coming in, you know, all the fun stuff. Our game room is open normally on Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays, but not today for obvious reasons. So the kids can come in, play Pokemon at the gaming tables, pull board games off the shelves, and play for free.
Thanks so much to George and Hypno Comics for bringing in the Hulk. It was so much fun. We'll return right after this break.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Well, the cases of COVID are still going up here in the county. There's 36 new COVID-19 positive test results reported so far here in Nye County since Monday, July 12th, and that has been confirmed with 1 in Manhattan and the remainder here in Pahrump. The total is 3,089 confirmed test results of COVID-19 positives countywide since the first reported case in March of 2020. Nye County has the 3rd highest test positivity rate in the state at 18.8%. And as part of the public health initiative called Vax Nevada Days, the Nevada Department of Health and Human Services, in partnership with Immunize Nevada, will give away $5 million in cash and prizes to nearly 2,000 Nevada residents who have initiated the COVID-19 vaccine process. Every Nevadan who is 12 years and older who has at least 1 dose of the COVID-19 vaccine will automatically be entered. More information on Vax Nevada Days, you can go online to vaxnevadadays.org. Well, Pahrump COVID-19 vaccine clinic is resuming Wednesday, July 21st, to be held each Wednesday through July and August from 7 a.m. until 11 a.m. at the Health Nurse's Office located at 1981 East Calvada Boulevard here in Pahrump. They have all 3 vaccines, the Pfizer, Moderna, and Janssen. Please call 775-751-7070 for more information and an appointment. The Tonopah Community Health Nurse will host a walk-in COVID-19 vaccine clinic on Tuesday, July 20th and 27th from 8 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. at the office located at 1 Frankie Street there in Tonopah. You can call 775-482-6659 for more information. No appointment is required. And they also have all 3 vaccines. Well, many summer camps are in full swing after having to abruptly close last year due to that pandemic. And while it's exciting new for campers, some parents may still be nervous about their safety.
I would really look at the safety guidelines on a camp-to-camp basis and trust your gut. If you feel like the camp is able to do a good job and you feel comfortable sending them, it's time to try to start doing those things again. If you don't feel good about it, then maybe it's not the right time to do it.
Dr. Gina Robinson is a pediatrician for Cleveland Clinic Children's. She says if you are planning to send your child to camp this summer, make sure you talk to them about following safety protocol. The rules they're used to may be different now due to COVID-19. The CDC has established guidelines for camps, including recommending vaccinations for staff and all kids over the age of 12 years old. Anyone who is not vaccinated should still be wearing a mask. Social distancing is also encouraged. Dr. Robinson says if your child has a chronic medical condition or is immunocompromised, you may want to keep them home this year. And if your child is not vaccinated yet, now would be a good time to do it.
I would encourage everyone to think about the fact that we want to try to get back to normal, number one. And the best way to do that is to get as many people as possible vaccinated. And also, we want to reduce the number of people who are getting sick and dying potentially with COVID unnecessarily.
Dr. Robinson says it could also be helpful to limit your child's interactions for a 2-week period prior to going to camp. That way you can make sure they haven't contracted COVID or another illness that could put other kids at risk.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Taking a look outside, we had thunder and lightning and a lot of rain in certain areas around town, but we got these fluffy clouds. John is going to return right after this break to tell us what's in store for the rest of the week.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Weather Studios. It's a fabulous Monday. Did you enjoy your stormy Monday? Get a little sprinkle out there? Yes, sir. Let's take a look at the weather up and down the state. Actually, it's getting kinder all the time. Fernley, Fallon, you're just like mid-90s. Carson City, Tonopah. Wow, Tonopah, what a cool spot. 87 degrees today. Out in Goldfield, 90. 98 as we march south to the gateway at Beatty, and they didn't even manage triple digits. Good going, folks. 102 out in Amargosa. 101 in Las Vegas, and out in Death Valley, it's still Death Valley, 114 degrees. But here in the paradise of Pahrump, where the air is pure and all the ladies can do math on their heads, it's 97 degrees. Not too bad, just a couple degrees shy of our high today at 99 degrees. Humidity at 28%, of course, with the cloud cover. Sun rising this morning gloriously at 5:41 a.m. Beautiful colors under those cloudy skies. It's going to set this evening just shy of 8 o'clock at 7:58. 82 degrees is where we're heading tonight. East-southeasterly winds to 7 miles per hour, continuing to buffet us kindly. It's a gentle breeze. It's like a trade breeze. Just put a little plumeria in the air and pretend you're in Hawaii. How about that? Let's take a look at the week as we advance. Looks like a bunch of clouds in the sky. Yeah, it's tsunami season. What you gonna do? But look at those temperatures dropping down from the triple digits plus last week into the 90 and high 90s as we head on into the week. It's going to be just a little bit nice. And we'll see some of that rain here and there. Probably Friday we're going to get it on Saturday. too. A little bit of socked in with some weather, but stuff to look forward to. Wash this all down, fill up the arroyos, and it'll be a whole new set of problems. But that's for future, Johnny. Back to the desk. It's Deanna.
Thanks so much, John. Well, the Beatty Town Advisory Board is looking for 10 community members that are interested in solar projects that are being proposed in Beatty. The members would be monitoring solar land use proposals, projects, interest in other activities related to land use for solar projects in and around Beatty. They would also be responsible for reporting their activities to the board at their first meeting of the month, held on the second Monday of each month at 6 p.m. If you're interested, please email beatty@beattynv.com. That's beatty@beattynv.com. Well, that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Good night.